Hello guys and welcome to the Chem Crown channel where I share interesting and exciting information about the basic concepts of chemistry. So if this video helps you to understand some of the basic concepts of this subject, then please like the video, share the video with your friends, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up while watching this video at some point. Now, without any further delay, let's come to the point what we are going to discuss today. So basically we are going to discuss today is what is temperature. So you can define this in a very simple way. It's simply the degree of hotness or coldness of a body is called temperature. So it's simply the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. Now let's explain this with the help of examples. For example, we have two bodies. Here we have one body which is named as A, and here we have another body which is named as B. The temperature of a body A is a little bit higher than is compared to the body B. So actually when we bring together these two bodies in contact, actually the heat flows from A to B, from this direction to this direction. So what happens actually, this temperature is, you can say that it is actually the energy of the different molecules which forms this matter A and B. These molecules actually move back and forth around its mean position. They strike with its neighbor molecules and transfer the energy from one molecule to another. So in this way the heat is actually transferred from the body A towards the body B, and it flows until the temperature of the both bodies becomes the same. Okay, so you can say that actually in this case the heat flows in the same way as the water flows from a higher position to a lower position. Now we have different scales. Okay, we have Centigrade Scale, we have Farenheit Scale, and we have Kelvin Scale. And all these scales are used to measure the temperature. Okay, so first of all let's discuss these different temperature scales. So the first one is the Centigrade Scale, and here you can see that the melting point of the water is assigned a 0 value on Centigrade Scale, while the boiling point is assigned a value of 100 degrees centigrade. In the same way, in the Fahrenheit scale, the melting point of water is given a 32 degree Fahrenheit, while the boiling point is given 212 degree Fahrenheit. In the same way, in the Kelvin scale, the melting point of water is given a value of 273.15 Kelvin, while the boiling point of water is given a value of 373.15 Kelvin. So in all these three scales, the melting point, the distance between the melting point and the boiling point is exactly same, but it is actually the division which is different, because in Centigrade Scale the gap between boiling point and melting point is divided into 100 parts. In the Fahrenheit scale it is divided into 180 parts, and while in the Kelvin scale it is exactly divided into 100 parts, is like Centigrade Scale. Okay, so Basically, these are the different scales, and these are used to measure the temperature. Now we want to develop the different formulas, and we use these formulas to actually convert the temperature in one scale into another scale. Okay, so for example, if someone give you the temperature in Fahrenheit scale and you want to convert into the centigrade scale, so what we do here, okay, so in this case we write down the temperature given in the Fahrenheit scale here. Okay, we write it down here. Say we subtract 32 degree Fahrenheit from this because we want this to convert it into the centigrade scale. And why we subtract this? Because if you see this and this, why we do this? Because the melting point on the Fahrenheit scale is 32 degree Fahrenheit higher than on the centigrade scale, which is 0 degree centigrade. So that's why we subtract this 32 degree Fahrenheit from the given value of Fahrenheit. Now I want to set up an equation where the two Fahrenheit cancel each other. So I know that 1 degree Fahrenheit is equal to 5/9 degree centigrade. Okay, so when we subtract from the given value this 32 degree Fahrenheit, and then we cancel this Fahrenheit with this Fahrenheit, so we are left with the centigrade. So this would be the temperature in centigrade. Now if someone gives you the temperature in centigrade and ask you to convert it to the Fahrenheit scale, okay, so what we do here, we just write down the temperature and the centigrade scale, and we actually add 32 degree Fahrenheit with this temperature because we want to convert it into the Fahrenheit scale. And why we do this? Because I already told you just before a while that the melting point on the Fahrenheit scale is 32 degree Fahrenheit higher than centigrade scale. So that's why we add this 32 degree Fahrenheit, and this is the thinking and logical approach to solve these kind of question. Now I also want to cancel this degree centigrade because I want this answer in Fahrenheit. So what I do here, I set up this equation in a way to cancel this centigrade with this. So I know that 1 degree centigrade is equal to 9/5 degree Fahrenheit. So what happens, these 2 degree centigrades cancel each other, and you just simply add this Fahrenheit with this one, and you get the answer in Fahrenheit scale. Okay guys, so now we want to discuss the conversion of centigrade into Kelvin, and then of course the Kelvin into centigrade. So if you are given the value, the temperature value in centigrade, and you want to convert this temperature into Kelvin, so I think it's very easy. Just write down the temperature in the centigrade and add 273.15. And why we add this? Because we know that the melting point of water on Kelvin scale is 273.15. And why we add this? Because we know that the melting point on the Kelvin scale is 273.15 as compared to 0, which is on the centigrade scale. So write down the temperature in the centigrade scale and just write it down to 273.15. Add these two and you will get the temperature in Kelvin. Now if you are given the value in Kelvin and you want to find the value in centigrade, you can rearrange this equation simply and write down the temperature in the Kelvin and then subtract this 273.15 and you will get the value in centigrade scale, because on centigrade scale we have the melting point of water 0 degree centigrade, so that's why we subtract this 273.15 to obtain the value in centigrade scale. Thank you for watching and see you in the next class.